If your child has picky eating, restless sleep, and uncontrollable moods all at the same time, that is not a behavior problem or a personality issue. The real reason why affects 1 in 2 children and almost no parent ever finds out. I'm a pediatric gut health specialist, and I see the same pattern in my practice week after week. A parent comes in exhausted. Their child lives on carbs and candy, tosses and turns all night, and has moods that are all over the place when they used to be sweet and easy. They've tried the pediatrician, the behavior strategies, the sleep routines, but nothing changes because none of those things address the actual root cause. These are not separate problems. They are all warning signs of a damaged gut. Your child's gut is the command center for their entire body. Over 90% of the serotonin that regulates mood, sleep, and appetite is made there. Not the brain, the gut. And when it's damaged, everything breaks at once. A damaged gut lining leaks toxins into the bloodstream, triggering constant inflammation in the brain that locks your child's nervous system in fight or flight. That's why they can't settle or sleep. A damaged gut also can't absorb the nutrients needed to produce serotonin, so their brain runs on empty, and you see it in every meltdown and mood swing. And when nutrients can't get absorbed, the body gets desperate. It starts screaming for the fastest fuel available, sugar and carbs. That picky eating isn't stubbornness, it's a distress signal. So what's driving this gut damage in the first place? Antibiotics and processed food play a small part, but the biggest and most overlooked driver of gut damage in children, almost never discussed in American medicine, is gut parasites. The CDC estimates up to 50% of children between 5 and 10 will have a parasitic gut infection at some point. They're in produce meat, soil, and sandboxes. And with how often young children put their hands in their mouths, exposure is virtually impossible to prevent. And what makes it so hard to catch is that parasites evade standard stool tests up to 90% of the time, hiding behind symptoms pediatricians write off as normal kid issues, so they stay, and the damage quietly compounds. That's why cleansing needs to be part of every child's health routine, the same way it already is across much of Europe and Asia. But you can't just use any parasite clean. For children, 2 things are non-negotiable. 1, it has to be herbal. Pharmaceuticals are just too aggressive for children's developing systems. 2, it has to include a binder. When parasites die, they release toxins. Without something to capture them, those toxins get reabsorbed, causing nausea and fatigue. Now here's the issue with most binders: bentonite clay, activated charcoal. They also strip out the vitamins and minerals your child actually needs. Zeolite works differently. It acts as a molecular magnet, pulling out toxins while leaving nutrients completely untouched. Velvra's Complete Cleanse Kit was built around exactly this. Parahaven clears parasites gently. Parabinder removes the die-off toxins safely, made specifically for kids. And once the parasites are gone and the gut starts healing, parents tell us their child is like a completely different person, sleeping through the night, eating real food, calmer and happier, like their old selves. Click below to get your child's Complete Cleanse Kit before they sell out again. Your child's behavior, sleep, and appetite are not broken. Their gut is.